Welcome to Intuitive Astrology with Molly McCord. Thank you so much for joining me today as we're going to discuss the upcoming astrological energies from January 19th until the 26th, where we will see the Sun enter Sagittarius, Mercury retrograde re-enters Capricorn, Mars enters Capricorn as well, and we're still feeling the effects of Uranus stationing direct at 10, nearly 11 degrees of Taurus. And in fact, that is the energy I wanted to begin this show discussing because it is still quite strong. Anytime an outer planet is stationing and changing direction, at least based on our perception here on Earth, because keep in mind, the planets don't really go back and forth. They're not really changing direction. It has to do with our perception on our planet and what we're perceiving around the energies shifting. So as a planet is perceived to change direction, we feel it. And in fact, we feel it sometimes in very big ways and other times they're very subtle effects. But with this particular Uranus energy stationing direct at the same time that the sun is entering Aquarius, the energy can feel quite electrifying, and it can feel like you're ready for something. Almost like that nervous system is moving. Maybe it feels like it's going faster. There's a part of your mind, a part of your energy field that could even feel like it's vibrating faster. And it's this desire for something to move, for this new energy that we're working with to take us forward, for something to break through, to develop, to make progress. Yet at the same time, we have these planets in Capricorn slowing us down. So it can feel like you're ready to take off, do something, you want to get it going, you want to get it started, but then there could be this weight, almost like a brick or a heaviness that you're towing. Maybe it feels like you are a speedboat that wants to accelerate, except you're towing a cargo ship. It has that energy of, I want to go, I'm ready, and your body, your energy is feeling it. But then these Capricorn energies are asking us to slow it down, apply the brakes. You want a green light, but instead here's a yellow light or a red light. So it's a very interesting combination because we can feel things revving up. We can feel a part of ourselves has elevated above and beyond even the mundane. Like you could feel like you've risen above a lot. You've elevated, you're at a new frequency, you've had a lot of shifts in your awareness and in what you've been moving through. And then there's these other tasks, commitments, and responsibilities that are right in front of you. The other part of this with the strong Capricorn energy is that it is about timing. And that is something that is Capricorn's domain. When is the best time, the correct time? When is the time to do something? And we know right now that both Mercury and Venus are in retrograde. And I just did a show for you on Monday, January 17th, about those energies. And those retrogrades also want us to use this time wisely, meaning there's something about the pacing of energy that we're meant to work with and to trust, even though you could be feeling, again, that vibration or that desire to move ahead, do something different, do something new. You could also have a feeling that it's not quite the right time. And I think that is because of these retrograde energies. So it's a very interesting dynamic and we're needing to manage this energy. So if you're feeling it in your nervous system, you're feeling it in your body or in your emotions, in your mind, again, that part of you that is revving up, that's ready to go, and you're just maybe feeling this energy pulsing through you, it would be a beautiful time to manage that effectively, to calm the nervous system, to calm the mind, to allow yourself to breathe deeply and to trust that it's a wonderful sign that you're ready to do something new or different, but there could be something else here that needs to come together first. And when it does, it will make that new start or those next steps even better, even more rewarding. The Uranus stationing direct is very excitable energy. And again, it coincides with the Sun entering Aquarius, which happens on January 19th at 9:38 p.m. That's Eastern Time, where the Sun then moves from the earth qualities of Capricorn into the air qualities of Aquarius. Now, we currently have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, and this energy is going to sync up with the Sun in Aquarius on January 23rd. It will be a fast-moving energy, but just so you have a heads up that when the Sun and Mercury are conjunct in Aquarius, there can be a lot happening that further activates these energies I've been discussing. So you could even feel like there's more coming through, more ideas, more inspiration, more of an understanding of what you want to go towards next. This is also the energy of solutions, understanding, and a deeper knowingness. So that would be a good theme here to keep in mind over the next week and going forward, is that the strong Aquarius energies connect us with a deeper knowingness within ourselves that could even be an interesting experience for the mind to grasp, because this knowingness is at an energetic level, an energetic knowingness. So there's things that we know logically, mentally, and intellectually, right? That would be the domain of Mercury and our minds, our brains. And Aquarius is a very intelligent, very smart astrological energy signature. But this energy also connects to a deeper knowingness across all of our energy fields. It's almost like the knowingness that is embedded in a cellular level, and it feels like it runs that deep. There could be something that you just know, and you just have that sense of it's clear, it's understood, you accept it. And that is the energy that we're working with and we're trusting, where you can know something, believe in it, trust it, understand that it's real for you, even if you can't quote unquote do anything about it just yet. And what I mean by that is going back to these energies that are retrograde. Venus and Mercury retrograde, where there's still things coming together or lining up. There's still pieces falling into place, and we're reviewing, reconsidering, reprioritizing. We're also in a very deep energy of reprogramming what we previously accepted or what we previously believed. And this deeper reprogramming is going into us at a deeper level because of how the Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde energies have been working with Pluto in Capricorn. So again, I know I've done shows for you on those specific topics, so I won't repeat that information here, but I just want to highlight that there is more intensity to these retrograde energies at this time, and that's for a beautiful divine purpose. And that's where we are actually refining, removing, and kind of this resculpting. It looks like this resculpting of ourselves, where something that you once considered very important or necessary in your life or in yourself, maybe you're shaving that off, like when you're carefully removing something. And you're doing so with intention and grace and understanding. That's part of this resculpting energy that I'm feeling around these energies and what it means for us energetically. And part of this shaving off layers and resculpting and refining is helping you get to a truer knowingness within yourself at a cellular level of what is now necessary for you, what is essential, what do you need that maybe you overlooked before in your life or that you didn't fully connect with. So there is this energy of removal. We're removing certain parts of ourselves, our lives. Perhaps we're removing and complete with certain parts of our own experiences. And keep in mind, this can be very personal. This could be something that you're experiencing internally that others aren't aware of, but you're aware of it. and you're in tune with that part of yourself that is being deeply and permanently shifted and changed. So during this time, we are getting in contact with a truer knowingness that we've been holding within at a deep level of our being. And I feel like we're connecting to more of our own divine spark. It's like this energy that is very sparkly and shining brightly and very clear. And it's been covered up. It's been shrouded or repressed. It's an energy that maybe we've known and sensed has always been there, and we've been in contact with it throughout our lives. Like I'm seeing this energy come in and out. It strengthens and then it lessens, or it comes in strongly and you really grasp it and feel it, and then it appears to move away or drift away. I feel like what we're doing now is we're really connecting with this energy with a truer intention to work with it, to own it, to be aware of it, and to integrate it into our lives more fully. So this knowingness is connected to your own divine spark, and that's where you could also feel quite sparky. I don't think that's a word, but that's what I'm sensing around this. It's like these electrical currents that spark, almost like a jump start, sort of like jump starting the battery in a car, or energies are connecting and they just have this pow factor. I feel like that's part of what is opening up to us. And again, this is where the dynamic gets interesting, because we could be feeling this energy and then we have these Capricorn planets that are asking us to be responsible, to go slow, think it through, don't rush it, be aware of what you're doing. And this is where we're integrating our spiritual maturity with this divine spark. So there is an activation, and it's going to pick up and continue, especially in February. So that's not that far away, but keep in mind that if you're feeling that right now, if you're feeling that electrical current, a lot happening within you, your nervous system is really fired up, that pulsing energy is moving through you strongly and swiftly, this is a very good time to ground yourself, breathe deeply, move the energy responsibly, such as through stretching, exercise, yoga, meditation, EFT tapping, acupressure, acupuncture, anything that supports your body's ability to manage energy. That's very important right now. And it's helping us understand more of what we're grounding into within ourselves, but also into more of these energies that we've been talking about for a while now. Well, they're here. They're very much here. They're present within us. We have greater capacity to hold and work with these energies, but at times they can continue to be very big. Thankfully, we also have Saturn in Aquarius, which is helping us maintain a steady flow. Saturn can regulate. Saturn is about the effective use of what we have in front of us. This is the energy of how to manage our own nervous system, our own mental energies, and not be too swept away by anything, not be too impulsive or rebellious. This brings a consciousness in to what we're feeling and how we're working with these energies. So keep in mind that, again, it will feel smoother in February, which is when all planets will be direct, starting February 3rd. February 3rd, all planets are direct. That's when Mercury stations direct, but we're still going to be working through more of what we've been reprogramming. And what that means is that we're actually shifting a lot at very deep levels of our being. This is like soul level themes. It's that intense. It's outside of this particular lifetime. That's why it feels so big. That's also why you could feel so energized when something is done, when you've hit that karmic neutral point, which is where you no longer have an emotional response or reaction to something, someone, a part of your life. That neutral point shows you the karma has been cleared. You've healed something. You've moved past it. You're done with those particular hurdles or dips and that obstacle course. You're at a neutral point, and you could actually feel very energized then because you're at a clean new starting point. So we have this energy that's really helping us move forward, that's helping us continue to progress and to trust ourselves as well as how we know ourselves, but we're still doing deeper work, and that's what you could be feeling as well. This can continue to come and go, by the way, where some days you're feeling great, strong, clear, present, in command. And then the next day, it could feel like, oh my goodness, what is this again? I thought I was done with this. I thought this was over, but something comes back around. It's like that revisitation, or something comes through, and it's essentially checking in to see where you're at. Is there any more here to clear and clean up? Is there anything else I need to take care of? Or am I free and clear? Good to go. This is done. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't get to me. So look at these things as checking in on where you're at, and to understand that there's probably going to be less that gets to you. Because as we raise our consciousness and we know ourselves better, we know our triggers. We know what gets to us. We know what can get in there and cause a reaction or a stronger response, but then we're able to manage it. And part of how we ascend in these energies is that we move through things faster. Where if someone triggered you or something happened, it would maybe get to you and stay with you, let's say for a few weeks or for a month. Nowadays, you might recognize it. It still gets to you, right? You can still be annoyed. There's still things that will piss you off or trigger you. That doesn't ever fully go away. But then you move through it within hours or within a few days instead of it taking up more of your time. So we move through things faster. And that's how you know you're also ascending and that you've changed your energy and you've healed some things for yourself, is that even when it does get to you, it doesn't feel like it lingers. You move through it faster. So take that as a win, and certainly as confirmation of what you've moved through and how you've progressed in these energies. I mentioned how this week we will have both Mars and Mercury entering Capricorn, but before Mars enters Capricorn on January 24th, it will have a conjunction to the galactic center, which is at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. Mars is a trigger and an activator. It gets us moving, it gets us going. And as it crosses over this expansive point in our galaxy, there are more downloads coming through. And because Mars is connected to our physical body, our energies, how we move and assert ourselves, there could be something that you're receiving from that galactic energy source that's really inspiring you to move forward. There's energy here that wants you to go into something different or new that is calling to you. Sagittarius is where we listen and feel those calls from our soul, and where we're ready to take a leap of faith. And this is where we can feel that energy inspiring us and motivating us to do something that perhaps you've really been feeling and sitting with since December. And that's because in December, the sun went across the galactic center. And in fact, we had the Gemini full moon that was interacting with this galactic center point as well at 27 degrees of Sag. So over this next week, there could be something that you're ready to say yes to, that you're ready to take action towards. This is an energy that is designed to inspire us, get us moving, get us going. Perhaps there's been something you've been putting off. And I feel like what is coming through is even greater faith in a process or what's been calling to us. Feeling like, yes, I want to go for this. I want to try. I want to pursue. There's something here that maybe you're strongly resonating with at a mental or emotional level, but Mars activates the body consciousness. So big movements are possible here. Something you're ready to go towards or step into. And this is also the energy of ready to take a risk, ready to try something different, new, foreign. That's part of the Sagittarius energy that stretches us beyond what we've experienced before. And the galactic center also connects us to that expansive energy, but knowing that we're supported, knowing that there is a reason why you're being called towards something. And it's bigger than you. It's bigger than just you. There's something more here that could be very important to your soul experiences in this lifetime. There could be something here that you're meant to experience because it has a lot of wisdom for you. Something that you're meant to move through because you're ready to learn or go off in a different direction. So this is an invigorating, expansive energy that Mars passes over once every 2 years, and it's connecting us physically to more of these cosmic energies and these downloads that are helping us navigate this earthly experience. Mars will be conjunct this 27 degrees of Sagittarius degree point for a few days, January 20th, 21st, and then Mars enters Capricorn on January 24th. Mars is strong in Capricorn. This is a sign where Mars is ready to take charge, get things done, take his actions and his world seriously, strongly assess what needs to be accomplished, what needs to get done. And he comes in with this desire to make progress, to achieve something, to go towards new results, new rewards. Mars in the earth signs brings us into not only our body consciousness, but connects us more fully to our physical reality. So could be things here in your life and in your world that you're ready to be productive with, or you're ready to finally get something settled, taken care of, and done. You can make a lot of progress with Mars in Capricorn. This is about staying the course and also following the necessities of what needs to be taken care of. So this is also where Mars will cut out anything excessive. This is where he becomes more serious, focused, determined, and driven to succeed. Every astrological sign is very different from the one before and after it. So when Mars was in Sagittarius, there's the energy of independence, flexibility, freedom, doing your own thing, going off in whichever direction calls to you. It's a bit like sowing your wild oats, having a big adventure, going on an exciting journey or a phase of life where you have freedom and you can do whatever you want. But then as the planets move into Capricorn, this is where the real world is stronger, and it's a bit like, okay, you've sown your wild oats, now it's time to get a job. Now you have to pay your bills. Now it's time to look at what you need to take care of, what you're responsible for, and focus on those priorities. So it is a serious energy. It is a change of tone, and it further emphasizes this ongoing Capricorn energy that we've been moving through with Venus retrograde in Capricorn and Mercury re-entering Capricorn on January 25th. So as of January 25th, all 3 personal planets will be in Capricorn. So this brings attention to matters of your life that require your attention, your energy, time, and effort. And this is where we also can understand our capacity. I can take care of this. I can't do that. I can handle this. I can't handle one more thing. So one of the strengthening parts of this Capricorn energy is that you're going to understand your boundaries. You're going to understand more of what is important to you. Focus your energy towards those goals or responsibilities, and everything else will either be moved to the back burner, it won't be important anymore, you'll let it go, you'll put it on pause, whatever works for you. But there is a strengthening here of your boundaries, of your time commitments, what you can handle in a day, and allowing that to be enough for yourself, where you're not taking on too much. You don't feel like you have to carry the world or shoulder everyone else's burdens. This is where it's very important to look at your own energetic management system, which is different for all of us depending on our lives and the various factors that compose our lives. But Capricorn is where there's something here that you're meant to honor in yourself. You're meant to just have a clarity around what is yours and what is not yours. There's also this ability to detach and step away from anything that has been too much for you. You could have this realization that you bit off more than you could chew. You have too much on your plate. This is where at work, you're like, I need to delegate more, or we need to hire someone else, or there needs to be another solution because there's just a lot here that's requiring a lot from me. Now, the Capricorn energy is very strong and it can naturally take on more. The Capricorn energy can say, okay, if no one else is going to handle this, then I'll do it. And before long, you're doing everybody else's work. You're doing everything for everyone because you were the one who assumed responsibility. You assumed control, or you took on things where you perceived others were not living up to their commitments or what needed to be accomplished. So with this strong Capricorn energy, which is Venus, Mercury, and Mars all in Capricorn as of January 25th, we're taking a good hard look at what we're responsible for and what we're not responsible for. And Capricorn can help you detach from taking things personally, where it's not a reflection of you as a person, whether you're good at something, whether you're capable, whether you're qualified. This is where you're just honoring, I can only do so much. So it's a beautiful time to reinforce your boundaries, to allow that to be something that you're learning from and learning through, and to honor yourself in a way that could even feel a bit foreign at first. So this will depend on how you work with Capricorn energies and how you're able to stand strong in who you are in the world. Essentially, this relates to our job titles, how we show up for other people, how you show up for yourself, how you show up for your family, what you need to take care of for your family, your spouse, your children, your parents. This is where we understand there's things we need to do in order to live and create a good quality life for ourselves. And this is where you could also be removing things from your life that no longer fit. It's no longer what you want. You don't care. You don't want it on your plate. You don't want it on your calendar. All of this can really be strengthening. So I feel like that's a big theme here. Now, at the start of the show, we talked about connecting to more of your own knowingness and your own divine spark of energy. And as we do that, we're refining, shaving away. It's like this resculpting of what is necessary. And this is going to be a really good week for you to understand what that is for you, how that looks for you, what needs to shift and change so that it is in truer alignment with your energy and with what you know is essential in your life now. All three of these planets in Capricorn are ruled by Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius. The Sun is now in Aquarius. And this brings in clarity as well as something crystallizing. And that relates to this energy of deeper knowingness, perhaps a divine spark of inspiration and understanding. But I feel it relates to something within yourself is very evident now. And it could be something you didn't understand about who you are. There could be something here that is coming up within you that you have repressed or held back or you are in denial about. This could be something, though, that I feel is a very important part of your energy system and related to what you're meant to understand about yourself at a deeper soul level in this lifetime. And I'm feeling that energy of crystallizing, where something becomes crystal clear. It also relates to the crystalline energies, the crystalline grid, energies coming through that move quickly because they are connected to truth. And the clearer that energy is, the faster it moves. And so after we've been through so many healing cycles and karma, and you've been through things in your life, in your own growth that have brought about deeper understandings of who you are, what you need, and how you're very much your own individual. And that is also a strong theme here as we enter Aquarius season, where Aquarius is about really understanding how you are a unique snowflake of energy. You are very different than everyone else on the planet. And this is part of our deconditioning, especially in this lifetime, where we remove those expectations or assumptions we've had of ourselves about how we had to live life a certain way or how we thought life would unfold a certain way. Instead, our soul had a different agenda. Your energy had more specifics that you were meant to meet and understand. And this is, of course, one of the benefits of astrology, human design, numerology, any type of energy system that helps you tap into how you are unique and different. And then as we move through these energies, we start to embrace them, we own them, we accept them and love them, even if they are radically different than what we thought or where we thought life would play out in one way and it went in other directions, as a way to understand our energy, to see more of who we are. So this Aquarius season is shining a light on who you are energetically, as well as who you are not. And perhaps that is a theme you've experienced in your life. It's a theme of contrast, a theme of understanding I am not this, or I am no longer this person or this version of myself. And there can be this interesting back and forth that we move through until we really stand strong in more of the truth of your energy. So as you get to know more of your energy, as you've come to accept and understand how you're energetically designed, this is when the universe then shows up to support you even more. It's as if something clicks into place, something finally locks into gear, it connects, and you could even feel an exhale, a release, something that shows you you've really accepted who you are and that it is exactly what's needed at this time in your life and on the planet. So there's all these energies moving around, and I'm feeling like what is coming together, what is locking into gear is this deeper knowingness of how you're different. And this pertains especially to so many of you who are starseeds, light workers, healers. You feel different. You feel like you've always been different, that this planet hasn't been your home. What am I doing here? What's going on here? And a lot of it can be too because of the full spectrum of emotions on this planet. There's this huge energy spectrum between beautiful, unconditional love to that really deep, intense fear and everything in between. And we come here and we're almost not ready for the intensity of that spectrum. Or there can be so much that isn't natural or normal to us because it's outside of what we would consider home, meaning what environments, which planets, which places feel like home to you. And here we are on Earth, which has its own lessons, its own energies, its own healing themes that we don't always understand at times. And I feel like there's these deeper connections happening where perhaps you've accepted how beautifully different you are. You've accepted this isn't my home planet, but I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. And part of the journey of this lifetime, part of your soul's journey is understanding what that is. Now, when we look at just the word star seeds, it means you're seeding something. You're planting something. You're bringing something new onto the planet in order for it to be embedded, in order for it to shift and change the energies on this planet. And that's been a big part of your lifetime, is that you could feel like everything you thought you were here to do is actually not that at all. Or that what you were doing for half of your life or part of your life looks very different now. And that's because starseeds are also programmed to grow rapidly in these energies. And you're designed to accelerate beyond the 3D matrix. You're designed to energetically expand above and beyond what is known on the planet so that you can help the planet grow and expand as well. This all relates to the age of Aquarius energies that are incoming. These waves of consciousness are incoming. They don't just happen on one date or through one event. They're ongoing, like waves of the ocean. They just keep coming in and coming through, and we feel them. And some we feel very strongly, others we don't feel as much. But it's these energies that are coming in, they're streaming in, that will continue to come onto this planet for thousands of years. And keep in mind that for many of you, this could be your first lifetime during these incoming energies, and then you'll be back to help with the other incoming energies in a different timeline. So I'm getting this interesting message that you can only do so much in the human body in one lifetime, simply because of how fast energies can move on the planet. But you'll sense or feel like you're going to be back. Like, okay, I'll be back in my next timeline to revisit these energies or to pick up where I left off or to start from here. I'm getting this energy of there's going to be multiple lifetimes within these age of Aquarius energies. And perhaps that's one way to manage your own expectations of yourself, to also calm down anything that could feel really big or overwhelming for you. And it also relates to what I was saying about these Capricorn energies of boundaries and understanding what you can do and what you can't do. Where this is a lifetime where you can only do so much because of this great transition that's happening on the planet. This huge energetic turnover that is happening, that's shaking up the planet, that we're here to help move the energies forward. And that's what's necessary right now. And part of this is connecting to your own cellular intelligence. That's also Aquarius. The intelligence within your DNA, within your body, that you're holding and carrying, and how that has been activated throughout this lifetime, and it will continue to be activated across other lifetimes as well. So there's a very strong understanding here that we're right on time for what we need to focus on, where our energy is required of us, and that you don't have to do it all, especially if that feels too big or too overwhelming for you. So getting back to this week and the energies that we're working with, there is an understanding here that we're deeply reprogramming parts of ourselves during this Venus and Mercury retrograde, that we have 3 planets in Capricorn bringing our attention to the work we need to take care of, where we're responsible, where we have commitments, what we need to move forward. And then we have the Sun and Saturn in Aquarius that are showing us a higher vision, a new vision, something crystallizing, something coming through that is meant to activate more of your own divine intelligence, activating more of what you know is true for you in this lifetime, in this timeline, and to allow that to be enough. Because part of the Aquarius energy is that it's a fixed sign. So there is a fixation here of, again, something locking in. It just connects. It just makes sense. Like there's something here that you could be really tapping into that just shows you even more of who you are, what you're capable of, and how it relates to more of your soul's journey. So it's an interesting dynamic because it feels very personal, but also quite cosmic at the same time. And I suppose that would be a great way to describe these energies we're moving through, especially this decade, where it's going to keep us moving forward and it's going to keep accelerating. These energies are moving fast. It is a different experience of the time-space continuum. It does feel like the days and weeks are flying by, and that's part of how we know that these higher frequencies are here. That's how we're feeling it. That's how we're perceiving it and sensing it, is because of how time is moving faster and how our energies are also feeling that new vibration and frequency on the planet. And going back to what I said at the beginning of the show, you could feel it in your nervous system. You could feel this pulsing. You could feel that your body is really ready to move and get things going. That's part of how we're also feeling these higher frequencies. So it does require ongoing self-care and management. You could feel very tired some days. You could feel worn out and you don't know why. And that's because it's not personal. It's the energies. It's what we're moving through that can be a lot on our physical systems at times. Now, as a heads up, Venus will station direct next week, specifically January 29th at 11 degrees of Capricorn, where she will be trining Uranus in Taurus. So we will talk about that. And then we also have coming up next week an Aquarius new moon at 12 degrees of Aquarius on January 31st / February 1st, depends on your time zone. It's also the Lunar New Year, which will be the year of the tiger. But perhaps the biggest news will be when all planets are direct as of February 3rd, and the hard work you've put in, the decisions you've made, where you're ready to move forward, everything is going to start to flow and open up and really start to move in February. So trust the timing, trust the process as always, and know that it will certainly pay off and it will be worth it, especially if there's something that you're really wanting to go for or really wanting to experience and it hasn't quite lined up. It probably will in February. Now, a few things I wanted to answer for you. Some of you have asked about the 2022 Soul Growth Astrology program, and the coupon code has been extended. So you can still use that coupon code 2022 to get the full program for $25. And then some of you have also asked about the audio program I have about mastering abundance. And that is designed for your spiritual business, but understanding the energy of abundance affects all areas of your life. It works with all parts of you. So this is an audio program that helps you get into your belief systems around abundance, where you have limitations, where you've had unconscious programming. And we do exercises. I give you some things to really think about and consider in your life, because that's where you start to have these aha moments. That's where you start to understand, oh, wow, that's why I have this perception of money. Because one thing we discuss in the program is that money is neutral. Money is just beige. It's a blank slate. It doesn't have any real meaning or belief until you apply your belief system to money. And you could have belief systems from your parents, from your family lineage. You could have things around money that you didn't know you were carrying, and it's not even yours. So part of what we move through is how you can reprogram that, how you can be more conscious of how you have understood certain things, but now you can consciously work with it. So that's the Mastering Abundance program. It's audio only, and that is something that many people have benefited from simply because of how they see connections across all areas of their life. So I'll put that link below this podcast episode as well, in case you want to check it out. And I have a new video for you this Friday coming out on YouTube, discussing the Jupiter conjunct Neptune and Pisces energies in April. This is a big energy. It's once in a lifetime, and it is a full spectrum of energies. So I'll discuss all of that in the Friday video on YouTube. So as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so grateful for your time, energy, and presence. I will be back every Monday and Wednesday for more of these podcast episodes. Please be sure and check out my YouTube channel, where you'll find many more topics on astrology. And my website is mollymccord.online. That's where you'll find all of my current offerings, programs, and courses. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead. I hope that Aquarius season is off to a shining bright start for you, and I'll see you back here really soon.